Tony D and Little Joan. Can we see Little Joan? There she is. And this is a screenwriter's rant on A Little White Lie, starring Michael Shannon and Kate Hudson. Okay. Don Johnson's in it too. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 10. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget Kindle. Unlimited is free. So the premise of this is there's a mysterious writer named Shriver who disappeared, and Kate Hudson runs a some kind of book fest. And this really obviously appeals to me since I'm like doing them nonstop. So she runs this book festival, and they need to do something to save the book festival, of course. So she manages to somehow land Shriver, who is Michael Shannon. But he's not the same Shriver. He's a different Shriver. But somehow he's answered this ad to attend the festival, maybe by mistake. It doesn't quite fit in, or he's a total scam artist. I'm not sure. So he decides to go because they're going to pay his way and give him food and treat him like a rock star. And he shows up and basically fakes his way through it. Everybody thinks he's a genius. Here's Don Johnson. And I'm not sure who Don Johnson is in the movie. I'm going to guess he's either another person on the board for this book fest, or he's Kate Hudson's dad, maybe? Because I think he'd be a little too old to be her husband, although she could be his husband, I guess. But then almost immediately people start to think, hey, there's something wrong with this guy. And then he goes out drinking and partying. There's a bunch of girls. Don Johnson likes to party with him. And eventually Kate Hudson's like, you got to behave yourself for 3 days just so we can get through this and keep the festival going. And at some point, he's revealed to her and Don Johnson, I think because he gets drunk and tells them. And then he decides to go along with the scam. And then this is one of the major benefactors, some rich lady. And she just wants to have sex with him. Sign me up for this book festival. And anyhow, so she then Kate Hudson barges in like, oh, behave yourself kind of thing. Eventually the real author, the real Shriver shows up, and he's played by Zach. Is his name Zach Braff? Is that his name, or am I thinking of the wrong actor? Yeah, like the Scrubs guy. It's a weird casting choice to be an author, but okay. He doesn't strike me as a smart guy. He's kind of like too funny, even as he's trying to play like an uppity, like, he starts using words that are, as they say, 50-cent words, $2 words or whatever, just for no reason other than to sound smart. And it doesn't quite come off as how you'd think. Like, for some actors, like if Kelsey Grammer did it, you'd be like, oh yeah, he's the author. See how smart he sounds? When Zach Braff, it's Zach Braff, right? When he does it, I'm just like, nah, I'm not buying that. He's just the biggest phony. In fact, if Michael Shannon played that role, I think he could play it more believably. He actually plays his role as the fake Shriver too well. Like, he sounds like borderline homeless the way he's talking to people. He's like pulling a total scam. He doesn't even seem all that into it. And then, what's the name from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia shows up with cops for some reason. I don't know. And then I guess Zach Braff maybe is a bit of a phony because maybe he didn't really write the book. Or maybe he really wrote the book. I don't know. But it's all takes place at a literary festival. So it totally speaks to me. Now, is it spot on with the literary festivals I've seen? Somewhat. Let's see who wrote this thing. Screenplay by Michael Marin, directed by Michael Marin, based on the book Shriver by Chris Belden. Oh, it's based on a book, so it probably has a lot of good little details in there. A lot of exec producers, not too many though. Michael Shannon, Kate Hudson, Zach Braff. It is Zach Braff. Kate Linder, I think that's the older lady. AJ Naomi, King. Where's Don Johnson? Oh, with Divine Joy Randolph and Don Johnson. Yeah, or maybe Divine Joy Randolph is the rich lady. It's not bad. I would see this, but it really speaks to me. Going to a literary festival, which I do all the time. So hopefully it would have those little details about the festival. Probably not too many because it's Hollywood. They would throw, nobody cares about this. But is this realistic? Mostly. I mean, the setup of Shriver being this guy, who's so famous that people would come out to see him, kind of, it could be a guy like, there could be a guy like that. You could see that happening. Will it make or break the festival? Meh. Festivals, you could still have them one way or another if you really want to. Sorry, I'm blowing up. So yeah, I mean, most of the festivals I've been are just funded locally. They don't have a tremendous amount of money behind them. Just a few $1,000s maybe. They use on promotion and permits and whatnot. All the basic things you need depending on where it is. This one's outside, so I'd be at one of these. This is my world. Would I see it? Sure, I'd go see it. Let's see if there's a write-up here. Oh wait, let me do the breakdown first. See if I get it right. So first act, Michael Shannon is somehow down on his luck and somehow gets wind of this festival, and he has the same name maybe. Kate Hudson is desperate to get somebody at this thing to save her literary festival, and he answers it and they say yes, and he's coming, and he thinks it's going to be, I'll just sit around, I'll BS my way through it and it'll be fine. And at first that seems to be the case. He spends all his downtime getting drunk. Maybe they pay him. They might pay him. A famous guy they would pay. They don't pay me too often. Sometimes they pay me. Not a lot. And then almost immediately it's like people start to be suspicious. So that's like the first act. Second act, he is clearly not the guy. And Kate Hudson figures it out relatively soon. However, now it's too late, and they need to save the festival. So she gets him to agree to fake his way through it in order to save the festival at some point. Don Johnson, I think he even confesses in a scene. Michael Shannon, he gets drunk and just tells Don Johnson. So he agrees to go through with it in order not to be arrested. Don Johnson advises against it, but she wants to keep the literary festival going. She has some reasoning for it. I mean, I could see somebody doing it. They put all their hard work and now they'd be utterly humiliated. So they go forward, but it gets worse and worse because Michael Shannon is an illiterate knobhead and doesn't really know anything. But then Zach Braff shows up. Now, he also doesn't sound like an author to me. So maybe he's a fake too, but he's an obnoxious fake, and they somehow turn the tables on him and put all the blame on him because Michael Shannon's like the hero character. I'm not sure if there's a love story between these two. Doesn't seem like it. Like back in the day, that would be a no-brainer. Oh yeah, they fall in love. But it doesn't seem that way in the movie, in the trailer. So the third act, they save the festival somehow. The climax of the third act is Michael Shannon exposes himself somehow as a fraud, but maybe exposes Zach Braff too. I'm not sure. Not sure how this would go down. Or maybe not. It was based on a book. Don Johnson clearly knows at some point in the trailer. So maybe they do fall in love. I don't know. So, she's funny. She's funny. She's good in these roles, rich woman roles. Michael Shannon as a romantic lead, though, he's not coming off as a romantic lead. He's coming off as a drunk. I mean, he really is coming off as a drunk. Like, I'm watching it going, should he be in this movie? He seems drunk already. So he may be too good of an actor for a light romantic comedy. may be playing it a little too serious. I don't know. Maybe he needs to play it a little lighter. Because Michael Shannon's normally not this kind of lead. He's a great actor. Don't get me wrong. He's always playing lead roles, but like back in the day, this would have been a good, fairly good lead for Don Johnson. You know, as in a romantic comedy because he's a handsome guy, and you know when he was younger. Same thing with Zach Braff. I could totally see Zach Braff in this role. He would be perfect for this if it's meant to be funny. So, and then I could see Michael Shannon being the actual Shriver coming in and being totally playing it totally serious. I'm Shriver. I've been hiding for years, and now you've forced me out of retirement. And he could deliver those lines. Zach Braff, if he's really Shriver in this movie, I'm kind of not believing it. So I kind of think he's not. So maybe he really wrote the book and the real Shriver is the guy who took the credit. Maybe he's the ghostwriter. I don't know. They seem to imply he's not a writer at all. Okay, let's read this. Synopsis. Shriver, a down-on-his-luck handyman who has never read a book in his life, is mistaken for a famous writer that has been hiding for more than 20 years. Okay. With nothing to lose, he accepts an invitation to attend a college literary festival and finds himself surrounded by adoring fans, an English professor, Kate Hudson, who captures his heart. Oh, so it is a romantic thing. Shriver must do whatever it takes for his shot at love with a fish-out-of-water comedy. Man, I don't know. Michael Shannon is not a comedic actor. I am not seeing the comedy here. He's supposed to be... I didn't even think... I thought it was just a weird movie. He's supposed to be the funny one? Because he is not. He's playing it dead serious. Even Don Johnson's got more comedic chops. I don't know, man. I might have to see this movie. Because Michael Shannon is a great actor. Like, and this actor, he plays one of the brothers in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. What the hell is the name of the family? I forget the name of the family. But he'd be great in this role too. But no shade at Michael Shannon. He's a great actor. He's really good. But in a romantic comedy, I don't know, man. He seems more like a handyman. He's too good of an actor for this. Look at him. He's not playing this fun at all. There's no fun. There's a little bit of fun there, but not a lot. Not a lot. I don't know, man. I may have to see this movie. I kind of want to see. Is Michael Shannon just incapable of doing this? I might have to see this. A Little White Lie. And I can't stand Kate Hudson. I liked her when she was super hot. Now she's sort of transitioning into the mom roles. This is kind of a mom role. She's okay, but she's kind of annoying, I think. Back in the day, man, smoking, absolutely smoking. That's Goldie Hawn's daughter. So, yeah, weird, no chemistry at all. I did not think they were a romantic couple. I thought maybe, but not really. Seems Michael Shannon may be miscast in this, but it may be an amazing miscasting, like an epic one. Like you watch the movie and go, why did they cast him in this? I don't know, man. Oh, who the hell made this thing? Doesn't say. Doesn't say. What company? Hollywood, Saban Films. Is there any chance this hits one of my streamers? I hope so. So I gotta see this, I think. I'm not going to the movie for it. No way. I'll say this. It looks like a standard, like 90s type movie. So, all right. That's it for me, Tony D. I'm blowing up. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for more bass takes. I'll be at the Trainwreck Distillery on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Hope to see you there, and we'll see you tomorrow.